Okay, thank you. Today we are meeting with our PEG Access Committee, our ACHAC board. The goal of today's meeting is to discuss potential candidates for the open seat. We've had our interview. We have three candidates that have applied, and we interviewed at our last meeting. Today we're going to have a more in-depth conversation, as well as invite the chair of the PEG board to speak with us as well. But let's start with public. Well, actually, Brian, if you don't mind doing roll call for me, please.
Mallory?
Yeah.
Clark? Here. Zamer?
Here.
3 present. We're also joined by City Clerk Shaniqua Jackson, Legislative Director Brian Jimenez, Junior Policy Analyst Alyssa Kamar.
Okay, excellent. Let's start with public comment. Do we have any public comments for today? So just to give everybody a breakdown of how the meeting is going to go, we're going to start with public comment. After public comment time, we're going to invite the chair of the PEG Access Committee to join us, and we're going to go into an executive session to discuss personnel. And at that point, we'll ask everyone to leave except the ad hoc committee members, staff, and the chair of the PEG Access Board. So just to give people an idea of how the meeting is going to run down. Okay, let's get started with public comment.
Our first speaker is Christina Wiggins. Yep, you have to press the little white strip there, and it'll turn on. Should turn green.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Hi, my name is Christina Wiggins. I am a candidate for the 6th Ward City Council. I am here to speak on behalf of Keith Irish, who wants to be appointed to the PEG Board, the Public Education, Government, Access, and Oversight Board. I got it. Okay, awesome. He really wants this, and I know that he's been hanging around me, helping me out with my candidacy, helping me learn the city, telling me all the meetings, telling me the ribbon cuttings, telling me what's going on, and I find that to be a very huge benefit for anybody that wants to participate in government. Knowing exactly when things are going on with our elected officials is extremely important. It involves and it has to do with our effective participation in the government. We can be more effective with our participation in the government when we know more. Anybody that knows Keith Irish, you know he knows a lot. And listen, I'm the kind of person that will definitely run off and talk to him about things that are going on in the government. And I think that a lot of people in the city that want to be involved will go to him. He's very good at speaking to people of all walks of life. He's good at explaining these things to all walks of life. For somebody like him, this is the perfect position. We've also made a deal that he won't be bothering you guys too much anymore if he has a position, okay? So again, my name is Christina Wiggins, again running for the 6th Ward. I'm here to speak on Keith Irish's position. Thank you. Have a nice day, Council.
Thank you.
Our next and final speaker, Daniel Platt.
Dan Platt, 187 Elk Street, and prospective candidate for this board. So I'm happy to be joining you again over this process. I wanted to follow up with additional comments and expand on previous comments from last time, which I hope to demonstrate that I have not stopped thinking about my potential place on the oversight board, obstacles to success, or considering novel directions for carrying Channel Albany into the future. The first area I need to cover is to point out the necessary value to myself of doing away with having my own preconceptions by working with new people. It has always been my personal ethic to take people in good faith, as the alternative is to assume ill intent, and that closes many possibilities rather than freeing them. I personally commit to judge others based on multiple interactions across various circumstances and hearing various perspectives from diverse people about any particular topic, looking for dialogue, mediation, and so on before settling in to any kind of incompatible position. The next goal in this role that I would have is to ensure that Channel Albany avoids being out of touch. Going into this role would be a puzzle of sorts, fitting the pieces of content submissions from the public, providing the means and access to the public to create content themselves, and a means of distribution so that the public can easily watch and share said content. To this end, I have some thoughts, and these are merely thoughts. When it comes to my personal media consumption, I do so via YouTube, where Channel Albany has a few 40-minute sit-down programs and polished 5-minute spots from orgs. Otherwise, it's streaming via large media conglomerates, and social media like Instagram and TikTok. Myself and anyone my age usually pay Spectrum for internet, but not for the whole cable and phone package. Thus, I would look to study and strategize how to best get public access on the web, as a live stream or any and all content watchable on demand. The YouTube channel already exists and is being uploaded to mainly with what I just described. However, I would not consider this adequate compared to what is possible. Barring the infrastructure and expense needed for a free streaming service for Albany residents, we could focus on helping the public create media to upload to their platforms of choice. Doing so via an expanded lending library of media equipment of a diversity of forms could open possibilities for citizens for expression as well as personal promotion. Other than that, and musing based on interactions I've had, I open myself to any more questions before a final decision is made. But this is public comment, so it's a bit one way. Otherwise, thank you for your time, consideration, and so on.
Thank you. Any additional public comments? No? Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out and sharing your comments with us. At this point, we're going to go into executive session with only the board members as well as the chair of the board and our staff to stay. So we can get the chair of the PEG.
Yeah, I can grab her. And then just the specific motion would be to discuss the appointment of a particular individual. Is that correct?
We're going to go into executive session to discuss the candidates and potential appointment for our PEG Access Board and our respective privacy to all of our residents that have applied. We're going to go in and have that discussion in private.
Motion so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you everybody, and thank you again for coming out, and we will get out of executive session before we leave, as well as we do have our caucus at 6:30 and our meeting at 7. So thank you all for being here.